Welcome, everybody, to the Going Dark Airsoft podcast. This is episode 1, the pilot episode, the Genesis episode, the first Nephi, the chapter 1, the Fellowship of the Rings, whatever the heck you want to call it. That is what this is.
So this is how we start.
And yes, this is how we
Here
start.
we go.
I'm your host. I'm your host, Cole. To my right is my co-host, Jaden.
Howdy.
And to my left, my longtime friend and co-host, Ray. He's also the tech guy. Say hi, Ray.
Hi.
So we're here. We're going to bring you the latest in airsofting news in the airsoft community. Events, reviews, cool stuff, laughs, opinions.
And very much swearing and drinking, probably.
Yes, this is your parental advisory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
NSFW. If you've got small children, we suggest you turn it off. And if you are a small child, don't rat us out, please. We're warning you. If you're under the age of 18 and sensitive
We won't tell your parents.
Well, we won't tell your parents. We won't tell your parents, but just know that there's going to be a decent amount of profanity. Probably not for me. I'm gonna try and keep it on the PG, but everybody else is free game, and it's gonna be full throttle.
What he means to say is he's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing most of the talking.
Yes.
Exactly. And so, to get right into it, the meat of the content, this episode is, well, since it's our first episode, we don't really know exactly what we're doing.
This is kind of going with the flow.
We're going with the flow tonight. If you have any suggestions for the show or anything that you would like us to do, reach out to us on the social media platforms. So it is at Going Dark Airsoft on Instagram, and you can find us on email and send us an email at goingdarkairsoft@gmail.com. And so you can hit us up there, send us a review. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes.
Questions.
Yeah, you can send us questions, comments, concerns,
Death threats.
hate speech.
Oh, yeah, we welcome that.
Very
Oh
much
yeah,
welcome that.
for sure.
For sure.
And if you're really a dick about it, we might just blow you out on the radio. So you know, bring it on, asshole. So we wanted to do this show. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've been wanting to do one for a couple years now, and I just needed to find something that I could have some people come into, some friends join me, and just have fun making a podcast. So we came up with the idea of an airsoft podcast because the three of us love to airsoft, and we're just getting back into it after maybe a 3 or 4 year hiatus. And so we're trying to get back into it, back into the industry, back into events, back into getting nice welts all over our face and arms and legs and mouths.
Yeah.
And
Going there.
yeah, exactly.
We've already started.
Yeah.
We have started.
We are back into the community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely. So, I don't know, I was just thinking maybe the three of us could go in depth on our experiences in airsoft, our origin stories. It'll be better than all the Marvel origin story movies.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a
Ant-Man
matter
was
of
pretty
opinion.
good.
We'll leave that up for everybody else.
Well, it depends on what origin story you like. I mean, Captain America was probably my favorite out of all of them.
Trash.
Well, I don't like Chris Evans. I just like that movie.
Okay.
Because that was before the Disney takeover and oversaturation of the superhero movie genre. Anyways,
We digress.
I digress back to the airsoft because we're not going to talk about that because you're going to hear about it on every other podcast. So, my airsofting experience goes back probably 10 years now. I started out in the 5th grade. I had a little Colt Delta Elite Springer pistol, which was actually quite decent. It was,
It's still a Springer, though.
well, it's a...
That's what you're
How decent can a Springer be? Oh, it
Probably-
doesn't break on the third shot?
Exactly. It doesn't break on the third shot, and it was actually made of quite decent material. Like, it didn't feel cheap. It was pretty nice, and it shot pretty good. But as you know, it's a Springer, so it's going to break, and it did break. And then I I got back into it maybe 2 years later, probably about the 7th grade. I had a Crossman CQB looking AR thing that was also a Springer. And I did some airsoft ops, just did some backyard stuff with some friends. I had a friend that had a Cybergun FAMAS, and that thing was gnarly because it was the first AEG any of us had ever seen. And so you got an AEG shooting at 400 FPS, you know it's going to do some damage. It'll scare people. But we had little neighborhood games with the other kids in the neighborhood, and those went pretty good. And then I went on a hiatus after that, but still kind of on and off. And then I finally got my first AEG in about 2013, 2014. And that was a Matrix Aim Top Sportsline M4, along with a Wingun 1911 CO2 pistol. And that was basically my loadout for a couple of years until the M4 decided to break and is currently in a bag in storage right now. And the Wingun kind of just deteriorated over time. After that, the airsoft community that we had at the time, the group that we were with called DM117, kind of deteriorated because everybody in there joined the Marine Corps, and it was just left with a bunch of us young kids trying to play airsoft with 3 people. So it kind of sucked. So we basically went on hiatus and went through the rest of high school, and then about 3 years later, I, after returning from some religious activities, I decided to get back in with another local group called the Desert Ghosts with my SEMA AK-74, and, you know, I'm back in the thick of it now. We're having fun. I've got my kit now, and definitely getting back into it. We're getting this podcast going, so hopefully we can get us some industry sponsors and ways that we can get to some bigger ops like Op Lion Claws or Battle for LA or CQB City and other things like that. And so that's basically my story on how I got into airsoft. So
Quick thing I want to touch base on is not only just to kind of get into where we maybe have more of a name in the industry, but also to kind of get back to the industry. At some point, we'd like to do some really cool things about maybe giving guns to people that are in a place where they want to get into airsoft, but financially cannot. Because as we all know, it's not necessarily the cheapest sport in the world, if you want to call it a sport or hobby, whatever you want to refer to it as. But so there is definitely, we would like to make a positive impact as well in this.
Yeah, that's definitely what we want to try to do with our name, for sure, is use it for the good of the community, to grow it, to do whatever we can to go ahead and bring more people in. Mm-hmm. That's the main goal. The main goal is for us to get big so we can get other people big and we can bring people in. Mm-hmm. We believe that this community is very good, has a good potential to go ahead and be a lot more than it is, and you know, we want to see it go a lot more mainstream than it already has.
For sure. Right on. Who's up next, me or you?
You.
Right on. So I started, I couldn't even tell you, probably a grade, probably middle school, maybe my freshman year almost. Maybe a little before that.
yeah, did you get in it about the time I got back into it?
I can't remember. I know me and you, like it was with you guys that I got back into it.
So
Not back into it, but into it originally.
So probably about 13 or 14.
Yeah, probably.
It was
that.
before we were driving.
Yeah, I remember having me dropped off at ops.
Oh yeah.
So
getting picked up from ops from angry parents at
yes.
10 o'clock at night.
Oh god, that was a great night. Anyway, so I got into it at that point. Started off with a sniper rifle, typical. I think it was before the days of VSR 10 compatible. It's pretty basic.
You know, before the good one.
Yeah, before the good ones. Springer sniper. Went from that to buying a PDW M4 off of a buddy of mine. And then after that, kind of fell away from a little bit. And once my buddy Cole here got back from his religious activities, we were able to jump into some of the Desert Ghost airsoft events down here locally in southern Utah.
Oh, you should tell them about this poor thing.
Oh, we will in a minute. But I jumped into airsoft by buying a gun the night before an op and getting back into it. And after that op, I think by the end of it, I still haven't fixed it, so I don't know for sure. I've tried to place the bucking, and I've tried a couple other things. But I think the piston started wearing out.
I still need to take a look at that.
But I think my piston started wearing out on my Lancer Tactical. So after that, I was very dead set on buying a new gun. And that'll be actually one of the guns we reviewed today is my Crytek LVOAS War Sport.
Oh, his Crytek.
My Crytek.
Your Crytek.
Right on.
Yeah.
Let's hear your overview.
So how I got started in this sport was a little different than them. I played with them maybe once, maybe. It was
Back in the days of the DM117 crew.
Yeah, it was such a long time ago. I couldn't remember. But my first airsoft gun was like this thing. It was also a Springer pistol. I didn't get it from like a sportsman's warehouse or like Big Five or anything. It was
Walmart.
It wasn't. No, not Walmart either. Online.
Amazon special?
Maybe. It was disgusting. It was terrible. But I continued to like just build a small collection over time, and I've been very on and off about it. All the way until when I had already left high school and I had moved to Los Angeles for a bit of time. And when I moved out there, I was really bored. And I'm like, wait a second, e-bike and like everything else out there. So I really got into airsoft, and I was at SC Village, Tac City Fullerton. I went to Airsoft Con. I met plenty of people that were part of that community, and yeah, it was a blast. But then I moved back here because I hate Los Angeles, and I decided, right?
I mean, it's not that bad.
Obviously, they have some of the best things for us, but
But
it's expensive.
True.
The problem is
For
that,
airsoft, it's great. Everything else,
Terrible.
Well, even then, it's kind of hard for airsoft because unless you're like playing in a closed field, you might get hosed by having one of these guns.
Nah, it's not too bad.
It's not that bad.
No, not at all.
Welcome to Communist State of California.
So, yeah, that's what happened, and I decided when I moved back, I mean, I have all these guns I had bought over there, and probably not going to use them. And then this guy came back home, and he's just like, you should play airsoft. You should do a podcast. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's sure.
jumping right on board.
I guess
see how this shit goes.
Yep. Because I love the sport. I've always enjoyed it, but I've never been able to really get into it except for when I moved to LA. And it was amazing. So any good reason to get back into it here, I see why not.
Yeah, for sure. Right on. So I think that kind of covers our introductions. Are we going to kind of jump right into what was it we were going to go into next? Just kind of our news stories? Or we're going to go right into a product review?
Well, basically the overview. Well, I'll just do a little overview of like what's to come
for sure
in the future. So with this, we're trying to build this brand, trying to build this podcast, this community, this family of like-minded airsofters and people who like to dress up and go run around in the fields for an afternoon,
Play with toy guns.
shooting each other with really expensive toy guns. What we want to do is we want to build this up and give you as much content as possible, because if you like airsoft as much as us, you want content. And there's definitely a lack of that in the airsoft community, or at least a lack of quality content. Not
on podcasts, we should mention.
Yeah,
and even then, there are a few good podcasts.
Yeah,
we're not trying to belittle anyone.
No, we're not throwing any shade. It's just there's not a whole lot out there.
We just think that we would like to put our 2 cents in, and it would be a decent idea to do this. Why not?
Definitely. We're throwing our cock in the ring in this chicken fight in Tijuana, and we're gonna hopefully walk out with $10,000 and a chicken with razor blades strapped to its legs.
So I've been counting how many times somebody has sworn, and so far you've sworn.
As I'll say, hold up. Me and him are going to be the majority of the parental advisory content, and it has been all you so far, my friend.
I don't know what you're talking about. Cock isn't a swear word. I was talking about a chicken. This is
course
cock
swear.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
This is cock
For
fighting.
sure.
But yeah, we're trying to get it out. We're trying to grow this. We're giving you as much content. We're going to be doing reviews on guns, hopefully down the road. We're going to be reviewing the gear and guns that we have right now.
News as well. Any new products that come out that we might want to discuss. And maybe just shout outs to the community. If we're going to be going to any major events, we're going to let you guys know. We're probably going to be live streaming it, or while we're even there, we'll probably do a live podcast of some sort.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think it'll be kind of cool to see where this goes. Maybe down the road, be able to host some of our own events. We'll be able to do some crazy fun stuff like that. Give back to the community. Like I said earlier, we kind of heard an idea from Guerrilla Airsoft Radio. They had done a giveaway of a gun to somebody who really kind of needed a gun. Stuff like that would be really cool, just to enable new people to come into the sport. And hopefully we can kind of take the sport on a good path away from the public belief of us just trying to be tryhards and want to be military that won't go to boot camp and stuff like that. So hopefully we can make a good impact on our community. And
I could definitely guarantee you that is not me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's all about sharing the fun and the love of airsofting as a community, and just as individuals, we got to get this. We got to give our favorite sport a good rap, and we've got to grow it, because that's how we make it better, is by growing it. And so we're gonna try and grow it through giveaways and events and such. Hopefully we can get some merchandise out, get you guys some cool patches, t-shirts, hats. Definitely gonna try and put out as much content as possible, whether it be YouTube videos or podcasts. Those are all down the pipeline. Whether we get them done within, if a month would be definitely a long shot, but throughout 2020, definitely get this up and running off the ground.
Yes, stay tuned. There will definitely be gameplay footage. There'll be definitely all kinds of cool stuff. We've actually got quite a few cool events coming up. We might have to go through a few of those in a minute.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And if you're in the Southern Utah area, please hit us up. Or even if you're not in the Southern Utah area,
If you're willing to make a drive.
if you're willing to make our drive, come join us.
When you come down, come join us for an event and have a blast. We have a really good group of people we play with down here. Brandon Robinson. If
Yeah.
I can speak English. He does a really good job here with Desert Ghost Airsoft. He puts on some really cool creative events, and I honestly haven't been to one that's turned into any kind of drama, any kind of upset. And we've had events that are up to 150 people almost.
Oh yeah.
So there's
Big
definitely
events.
a community for it down here, and if you guys are interested in ever coming down and playing in the desert, let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You want to know what we should talk about is our favorite way to play airsoft.
We'll get to that. I got one more thing I want to cover. One more thing that we definitely are trying to get on this, or at least I'm trying to get on this podcast, is people from the industry.
Yes.
So whether it be
John Liu,
Brandon Robinson from Desert Ghost Airsoft, maybe the original crew of DM117 one day basically brought airsoft to St. George. I think the end goal that all of us can agree on is getting Matt from Evike on this show.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody has any ties, hit us up in the email at desertghostairsoft at gmail, or not Desert Ghost, at goingdarkairsoft@gmail.com. Hit us up there. Let us know. Give us the connections. We need connections to everyone, because we're trying to make this credible and real.
Yes,
more than just a janky radio show.
Oh yeah.
This first episode, I'm sorry, I'm going to put the public announcement out there. This might be a little janky. We're filling out the process here. We're trying to feel each other out, how we're going to bounce off each
It's
other.
going to be incredibly janky, and it's going to be great.
Oh, yes.
You're going to love it.
For
all of
sure.
it.
Yes, for sure. Right on.
Definitely. But to get into it, our topic of the day is what Ray brought up, which is our favorite form of airsoft game. So we'll start with you, Ray.
Oh,
Hey, this is your topic.
I am a huge fan of CQC. Any kind of CQB, CQC, just what's really
Can you explain to the people who might be new to airsoft what that is?
close quarters combat.
Indoor arenas.
Lots of bunkers, lots of cover. That is my favorite form of airsoft. It is some of the most exciting and quick games that you will ever play. It's like playing Call of Duty, because it's just everything's so close quarters, everything is so fast. Like, it doesn't even matter if you die. You just get back. You just get right back into it. It's really solid way to play, but it hurts.
Every shot's at close range.
Yeah, every shot's at close range. You're always running. You're always on the move. You always have your hands up. Like, there's not a moment where you're not moving. So at the end of the day, if you spend a full day there, you're gonna ache, and it's gonna be annoying. It's gonna be a bitch.
I believe it. We'll have to go down and play it a couple.
Oh yes, we do.
I've actually never played a CQB.
I'd like to too. We need to make a Vegas trip. Hey, there you go. If anybody wants to help us out with cameras, we want to go to Vegas. We want to do some of the CQC down in Vegas. So if you're willing to share some equipment with us,
or even just recommendations.
I
think we'll be able to pick up our own equipment eventually. But man,
yeah, for sure.
Definitely give us some recommendations. We definitely want to go out and try that kind of stuff. And so,
please.
If anybody knows the spots in Vegas that are the places to be for CQC Airsoft, let us know in the email or in the Instagram DMs.
Or just anywhere around the Utah and surrounding states. Because eventually we're probably going to be hitting those up anyway.
We're definitely... kind of off topic. I digress a little bit. It'll be kind of fun. On the next one, we need to get an Instagram live stream going with a recording.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's part of it too. Is getting one of those going as well. We're going to be
getting
live.
Some live streams on Facebook, Instagram, possibly YouTube.
Mm-hmm. We want to try to push this out there so we can go ahead and provide content.
Yes,
and do things
to fill your airsoft itch between operations.
Yes, to fill it, to scratch that need.
So let's hear your...
Oh, for me?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
I haven't really done any CQB besides like your neighborhood, backyard, around the house games, which are pretty fun. It's definitely cool when you have all the kids in the cul-de-sac and you have the whole cul-de-sac
back
to play.
In the days.
Oh yeah,
those
are
time.
You can drive anywhere, so you just do it right there in the neighborhood.
Exactly, but you have to worry about not hitting your neighbor's car. But
or getting the cops called on you on a random.
Oh my, that happened to us before.
Yep, we looked like ISIS apparently.
We did it in an abandoned
with American
park.
flag patches and everything. It wasn't even abandoned either.
Well, yeah, it wasn't abandoned, but it wasn't really used. It was kind of a rundown, dilapidated park.
I thought you were talking about when we were down to the one in Tokerville.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. It wasn't really in use. There was nobody.
No one was there. No one was there.
Probably a bad idea.
It was because it was like a Saturday at like 8 a.m.
Yeah, we were 15 at the time. Don't blame us for doing irresponsible things. Okay.
Yes.
No hate comms. But it was funny
because on any
somebody called the cops on us saying that we were ISIS, which we weren't even. There was nobody wearing anything even close to ISIS.
No, we all had tactical vests, American flag pouches, bump helmets.
It was pretty funny because then we had 5 undercover cops show up, and when they showed up and saw us, all of them left but one, and the cops that got out were dying of laughter.
Yes,
it was pretty funny.
It was funny.
Except for I was scared
shitless.
If
you are anywhere from the southern Utah area, you know Tokerville, you know that town. If you sit outside long enough, you will hear a gunshot at one point or another.
It's never aimed towards you. It's aimed towards maybe a squirrel.
Or even a coyote. Or like... it's a small town.
Yeah, maybe just a pile of dirt.
People are just shooting off their porches.
Yeah, yes. But it's never at you.
Tokerville... hey, those coyotes were asking for it. But right on.
But besides that, my favorite form is probably vampire rounds, also known as what does Brandon call it?
Bleep, because you put your hand up, call bleep for a minute.
I thought it was just some other one.
Bleep,
zombie, whatever you want to call it. It's a free for all, and if you shoot somebody and they're out, you tag them and they're part of your team now, and so I like that with the idea of being able to steal people from other people's teams and just making the big teams. It's really fun when you and your buddy, you shoot him in the back with a Springer and you just go on from there.
Hey, there you go. You had to get a team started somehow.
So yeah, that's my favorite game mode is definitely zombie within the field games. I haven't tried it in a CQB environment, but it'd be pretty fun to try.
Ray's over here having an aneurysm.
Oh no.
It's like, that's dangerous.
That'd be scary.
You're gonna die.
Yeah. I think for my favorite, honestly, I love the large-scale borderline milsim type gameplay where you've got an objective, you work as a team and try to accomplish that objective. And pretty basic overview. Anything like that is pretty fun. We had a Cartel Wars one go down not long ago. That was a blast. That was the one that we had almost 150 people there.
That sounds amazing.
And
It was so much
Aren't
fun.
they thinking about a second one?
Yes.
It's gonna be up in Nephi. So we're gonna have to road trip for that one.
That's fun.
Road trip. Well, the nice thing is it's gonna be in like June, July. So it's going to get us out of the heat.
It's not going to be much colder. It'll still be 95, 90
That's still
degrees.
better than 110.
Valid point. Valid point.
That's why they're doing it the way they are. Is during
Shout
the winter,
out to
they're
our
gonna do
homies in AZ because you're just as hot as we are.
Yes. 110 is...
Yeah,
110 to
don't they actually
115.
have indoor fields?
Yeah, they better. I couldn't
I
imagine running
know-
around
I know
the
for a
120
fact they have
degrees
to,
with
right?
freaking plate
Hey, there we go.
carriers and-
Road trip. 50 states of airsoft.
Hey, that'd be fun.
Eh?
I don't know 50 states.
If there's
have
any
it.
rich millionaire out there that would like to fund that,
Yes.
hit us up.
Yeah. E-Bike, send us some gas money. We'll tour the country.
Or just give us 3 guns and we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah, we'll find a way to pay for the gas money.
Yep.
We might go into immense amounts of debt, but we'll figure it out.
That's all right. We'll go back to our.
My
old
fiance might
sketchy-
kill me, but
Your fiance might kill. That's a valid point. I'm
Take her with us. We'll be great. She can
yeah,
borrow
we-
that one if you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That
yeah.
gives you something better.
We just got to get her to where she can shoot and get her set up with some cameras. That'll instantly improve our freaking views by over double.
Yeah.
Have
Yes,
a
it
girl
would.
that is good at airsoft, money.
That's true.
We would make
Ching.
bank.
Ching.
Doesn't
We
help that
watched
I'm,
everywhere.
yes.
Yes.
It doesn't help that I'm a damn ball magnet though. I'm get shot in the face all the time.
That's
So
still
that-
pretty funny.
I'm about to get her a paintball
Clickbait
mask.
title: Idiot gets hit in the face 200 times in airsoft match.
That's about how I feel.
That's gonna be better than the cheating clickbait that's all over YouTube.
Yes, I think that is another topic we wanted to cover as well.
yeah.
Is kind of what the hell's going on here?
Pause it for our audio listeners. We're trying to record this right now on the phone's just throwing something up. Do you run out of space? We ran out of space on his phone, so
Bitch.
Well,
it's a 128 gig phone, I think.
and this is why we're gonna live stream.
exactly. So pardon the interruption for the next
Let me delete some apps.
2 minutes. Oh, you don't need to record it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine. We have the audio.
You need like a technical difficulty, like you saw.
They hang in there. That cat, they hanging on the rope, just hang in
yeah.
there.
For sure, that's what we need.
Yes.
That's what we need in life.
Yes. Also, one of the segments we want to do in this show is called Ask the Idiots, where you can submit your questions to us, whether they be airsoft related or life related or just any questions that you might have for us. Send them in. Yeah, try and keep them towards airsoft.
Though unnecessary, completely.
Yeah.
We will accept any question, though we do prefer the airsoft kinds, because that's what we're trying to provide.
But if it's too stupid, you're not gonna get it read. I apologize, but you're not getting it read. But yeah, hit us up on the Instagrams or at the emails. I've said it about 5 times. I'll say it again at goingdarkairsoft@gmail.com.
Just need to make sure that he was saying it right.
Well, you see, I was talking about something else in the best. Shut up.
Okay. Another segment that we'd like to do at some point is give me your gun.
Yes, so you submit pictures of your build, your kit, your build, whatever, your primary, your secondary,
Your loadouts.
your loadouts. Send us pictures. We'll judge them. We'll rate it on a scale from wanting to sell organs or body parts to get that away from me. So send them in, and if you're lucky, you'll get featured. We'll show it on the live stream, and We'll do the
live stream to be.
the live stream to be, and on the for our audio listeners, we'll just describe it the best we possibly can. So send us your loadout.
Your gun. Make sure to include a description because we cannot look at the internals of your gun from a picture.
Yeah, and
you can break it apart.
Yeah, give us the tech.
Yeah. You can send it to us. And
That's
then
true.
You'll find out real quick how bad we want your gun.
Oh yeah, that's if you get it back or not.
Yes.
But yeah, send us a description and just hit us up. Interact. We want to interact. We want this to be an interactive show. Sadly, we can't have anybody call in live just yet because we haven't reached that level. But as soon as we can do it,
Hopefully by the next one.
hopefully by the next one or
And hopefully the next one will be live streamed.
Within the next few months.
within the next few months.
We will.
Within the next one. I think we could set the goal for the next month. I think we
Yeah.
got it.
I
Shouldn't be
think-
that hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if one of us put our public phone number out.
Not me.
I'm
Yeah, no,
sorry,
I'm
not
good.
doing that.
I'm
We're gonna
not-
buy
I'll
burner
buy a
phones
house
from
phone.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, there we
We'll
go.
change every
We'll just put a
month.
voicemail phone number down. People can leave a voicemail.
Yes, exactly. Hit me up at my pager.
Yes, yes.
My God.
Find me on MySpace, along with my emo music. Hollywood and Dead. No hate on Hollywood and Dead.
Yeah. Was there anything else that we wanted to talk about tonight?
We wanted news stories. We kind of briefly go over the Odin versus Vulcan drama and go from there. And then from that, we will kind of move on to the first product review, our first look review of a Crytek LVOA.
Yeah, with the first take reviews, we'll basically do like
Two
a
at least
hands.
of us will not have ever seen this gun before, or held it, or anything of such for the most part. That'll kind of be how it goes.
Yeah, so it'll be as brief of a review as you can get with
Just our first impressions based on pictures and videos and such.
in like a 5-minute, 10-minute segment of a podcast. We'll describe it the best that we can, and we'll give a brief overview of it, how it feels in the hands, how it looks, how it smells, how it tastes.
I imagine.
I am now concerned for my gun.
Exactly. So it'll just be very
We'll just lick
basic.
the
No,
railings.
no performance oriented or durability test. That'll come up later as soon as we have our website up. We'll have a long form review of field usage and reliability and such
And most likely, we'll probably upload a YouTube video
as
go
well.
along with
Yeah.
Yes, they were
Exactly.
we were going to with the YouTube, which the YouTube is at Going Dark Airsoft. I don't think there's an at, but Going Dark Airsoft as well. We are going to hopefully maybe at one point do a follow up with a full in-depth review of the Crytek LVOA and everything on from there on out. One of the three of us will do it on every first look review we do, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, so definitely give us subscribe to us on YouTube so we can get that content in your brains, in your face, as fast as we can put it out, as fast for you to consume, because we live in 2020 and everything is instant gratification like that.
Yes.
And so we want to be like that and just getting it out. So give us a little bit of time to get some stuff recorded, but we'll be cranking them off weekly.
Right on.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we kind of want to jump into our first look review. of
Yes,
our Crytek
hands
here.
on. Let's ooh.
Alrighty, let's look at it. So this is my personal gun. I know the gun inside and out. Oh, not about inside and out yet. Still working on that part.
Yeah.
But I know the gun pretty damn well. I've ran it in 3 and 4 ops now. So I'm going to hand this around to you guys to look at and kind of get your feels for your first takes of
I
it.
dig the.
Please, while he's looking at it, explain the gun. Give us a name. Give us brands.
It is a Crytek LVOA. It's a licensed model of the Warsport LVOA. It's been a great gun. I think it's a very sexy gun at that. It's got a functioning dust cover and bolt release. And overall, it's been great. It's got good range for being the S, which is your shorter version. I've had hits that I've actually been quite shocked at myself with it being completely stock. No Type 4 barrel, no aftermarket or hop-up right now. Just everything that Crytek can put into a gun that works as good as Crytek can build it.
It feels really good because
It does.
is
It
it
feels
It's all metal.
is
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
aluminum or steel?
I think steel.
Is it steel? Feels a lot lighter than steel.
I don't think it'd be aluminum, but I'd have to do some more research. You could probably look it up on the phone real
But
quick.
it's definitely a good looking gun. It's got almost a blue steel hue to it.
I think this is the combat gray, almost. I'm pretty sure, but you look at the internals of it. Obviously, it's gonna be kind of hard to pick up from there. But you've got some metal up inside. Gearbox is metal.
The trigger is beautiful.
I love
yeah,
the look
it's
of
a
the trigger.
nice
That is one of my favorite parts.
And we see you've put an aim red dot sight on it.
Yes, I was actually gonna run a Vortex Spark on there, a real steel sight. That's a sight that costs about half as much as this gun did, which both is not a small number.
What is the MSRP on that gun? How much did you pick it up for?
I picked it up on Evike's Epic Deals with 10 mags for, I think, just about $400.
So this is probably roughly like a $500 gun.
Yeah.
Safe to say.
Yeah, pretty safe to say. It's a Crytek. It's kind of as good as you can get for stock AEG M4.
I bet it's not as good as your Crytek though. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yep.
Send it in and prove it.
Yeah.
we will be the judge.
Bet.
For now, I'm sure if you've got any work done to it, it'll be better. Mine,
It's almost
we'll have to maybe do
stock.
kind of a catch-up review of it later when I get everything done to it that I want to get done to it.
Yeah, this is kind of just like our first impressions. We're definitely going to make an actual review of it at some point.
Yeah, it's very nice. None of it feels cheap though. It all feels really
It feels nice. It all functions nice. I think it runs just about 22 rounds per second from the factory, and with really good range. I think with 2.8 BBs, I'm running about 310, 320 FPS, so nothing insane, but pretty good.
CQB legal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CQB legal. That's a big
Not
part
like
of it.
you'd want to.
Yeah, it looks
Short.
That's way too long. You could do
I'm
it.
also a big guy. I might be able to.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is true. Okay.
But
Might be able to.
one of my favorite parts of the construction of this gun is the parts of it that are not metal, the plastic parts.
They don't.
They-
Also don't feel. cheap.
No, they don't
Those
feel
that's
cheap at
solid
all.
ABS plastic.
Yeah, that's like
Yes,
it's
polymer
like Tokyo Marui spec. It
Yes.
feels good. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels high quality. Like you're getting what you pay for, especially when you're dropping $500 into an AEG. You want it to feel good, and so. Ray's giving Jaden the finger right now. But it feels great in your hands. It looks good.
Walls, really, besides your
It
hollow
smells great.
And is it really that much of a wobble even?
stock. No,
It's
not really
there's
your
like no
typical.
wobble.
I mean, it's
This
less
is-
than your typical
Yeah.
AEG. But everything behind it, I mean, the LVOA is obviously the ones who designed the original gun. And this is a beautiful spitting image. It's got the War Sport flash hider on it, and it comes perfectly to the end of the handguard. I've overall loved the look of it. One thing I do not like about it, and this is not on Crytek, this is the fact it's a licensed model. You don't have key mod, you don't have any M-lock. It is all specialty for airsoft. It's gonna be from Crytek.
That's gotta be a.
So you have to buy rails from Crytek to mount anything. And it comes with one section of rail, like a 1 3-inch section, I'm pretty sure. So you could put like an angled foregrip on the bottom or anything of that kind of sort. But anything other than that, you've got your Picatinny rail across the top. And anything else, you're going to have to buy rails to put on there that are specific to this gun.
I mean, it's a Crytek. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it is a Crytek.
So yeah, I personally think that this podcast is gonna be a success at some point. We're just gonna be cranking these things out, as well as other content. Definitely live streams, definitely YouTube videos. Just anything we could do to go ahead and just promote this ourselves and just grow bigger in the community. I think that's our big goal is to really show how much we love this community and put more into it, Does anybody else have any comments?
But really, the only way that it'll be possible is through your guys' support of us. So, share us with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to us on wherever you get your podcast from. Word of mouth is definitely the way to do it. You can share it with your friends, your airsoft crews, your
Listen to it on your
Facebook
way to the
groups.
field.
Listen to it on the way to the
ready.
field. Get hyped. Listen to it during the daily grind. And give it to your buddies so they can listen to it while they're grinding away, making money for more airsoft stuff.
That's the only reason we work anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why do you go to work? Why do you slave away for 10 hours a day?
You gotta have your hobbies, man.
Because you gotta upgrade that AEG you got. You gotta put that Polar Star in it. You gotta pay for those Thunder Bs because those are one-time uses and they ain't cheap. So we need help too, because we want to bring you content, because we like having content, so we want you guys to all have content. So
And we're not going to have content unless you guys support us in some way.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need ideas. We need.
Yeah, we need ideas. We need things that everybody will like, that you'll like, your friends will like, that we like, just anything. We just need ideas to be cranking out there and just putting into the world.
We definitely need the support. We're not going to come out here and try and claim that we are freaking 15-year airsoft veterans by any means.
Well, we're
I don't
getting
think
close.
There's like, nah.
I don't know.
Really.
I consider being an airsoft veteran is you've been playing at the AEG level for 15 years.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know this
you're right.
at this level inside and out.
You're right.
You've
you're
been
right.
to Copperhead. You've been to Lion Claws. You've been, you know what I mean? You've played at some of the big
at
events.
least one or 2 or 3 major events, and you host your local group. Blah blah blah.
Yes.
That's when you're a vet in this.
More than one AEG and maybe a couple HPA guns.
Yeah.
So
More of a collection than you even know what to do with.
Yeah,
Yes.
we like to get your support to
Yes,
do
for
that,
sure.
to bring you stuff. Because
We want to bring you guys what you guys want to hear. So
we're not
let us
we're
know
not
any way we
doing
can-
this to make money, because there's no money to be made in it.
Oh, definitely not.
But
No,
but
we're
we
definitely-
we immediately went to YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
for sure. And so with the support, we might be coming out with a Patreon soon. All of the money we receive in Patreon will go to giveaways for people who don't have enough money to get into the sport. So we'll do like sports line AEG giveaways. Hopefully,
Maybe even better guns. If we
maybe
can.
even better if you guys support us enough, we can
Some
give
good
away even
combat
nice.
machines.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and of course we're gonna be pitching in some of our own money as
Oh,
well.
yes.
oh yeah,
because
definitely.
Why not?
We got to lead by example here.
Because we're a brotherhood, we're a family.
But also, that money can also go towards if you guys want to see us go play at an event and review an event and kind of give us feedback and maybe do some gameplay footage and everything else.
We need equipment. We need gas money.
Yeah.
That's really it. If you want to donate equipment, dude, hit us up in the email. We'll give you the
Yeah,
address.
that would be even better. If you don't want to send us money, go ahead and send us some of your old equipment, something that you're not going to use, because it's just
We'll
like,
give it away to somebody that can use it, or we'll use it, or
We'll definitely use it.
yeah, because it's just like we're going to need support. It doesn't really matter how you guys support us. Just know that in order for us to do this idea that we really want to see succeed, and grow our own personal airsoft community, then we're gonna need any support we can, and
Yes.
it doesn't really matter how it is.
9
Yep.
times out of 10, anything that we can get, we're going to try and put right back into the community.
Exactly.
Whether it be in the form of YouTube video gameplay footage or reviews, or giving it away to people who just need guns to get into the sport. How to gun break down, just can't buy a new one or anything like that.
You know,
And
they,
I mean,
they
we'll-
want to get into the sport, they just don't have the money, which we were all there at some point.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And we'll be definitely putting it out for you guys. You guys will be able to nominate people who you think would be great people to give this away to. And so
Yeah.
hopefully within the next year or so, we'll be able to at least do one of those. We would love to be able to do that, make a video for it, and kind of...
You know what? Let's set a goal for ourselves. By the end of this year, let's attempt 2 guns.
Yeah,
Sounds
I like
good.
that.
Let's
Two
do
guns.
it. 2
End of the
guns.
year. We
2
have
guns to somebody who
mostly
needs
a whole year.
it. Yes.
We're in March 3rd. We have almost a whole year to get 2 guns out to people.
Yeah.
That's all.
So we need your
Between the 3 of
support
us
to
and
help
maybe
us do this.
John. Because if it's just us 3, it's probably going to be 2 guns, cut and dry. They're going to have to buy their batteries. They're going to buy some mags. They're going to have to buy. But if you guys are willing to help us out, we'll get some mags.
get
We'll
a
get a back.
whole
We'll get a
startup.
box of mid caps. We'll get them a couple batteries, a nice charger. We'll do everything we can for them to get them started
Yep, exactly.
with some good gear.
Ray, do we have a Patreon set up just yet, or?
No, we do not, but we'll definitely be working on everything being more official
Yeah.
at some point within the next few months.
Yes.
Because that's definitely our main priority to get this podcast.
For reference
A lot
to the
more
listeners, we really, I mean, we met last night to talk over ideas for this. We are
Yeah.
jumping in head first and just kind of have to see where this goes.
Yeah.
This is definitely a passion project.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
We enjoy this. We would love to get to where we can maybe host some of our own events, find some really good places to play.
And we want to get out and we want to be involved with you. We want to go
Yes.
to the ops that you have. The big ops, the small ops.
That is another thing we could do. If you guys have some events, I mean, local would be great. If not, let us know if the following gets good enough.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll go
announce
ahead.
your events on our podcasts. Well, anyone who's listening,
Yeah.
hopefully from that area.
Definitely slide into the email, to the DMs, and let us know about your event, and we'll shout it out.
Maybe we'll even show up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
heck,
if we
maybe
can make
we'll
it,
show
we'll
up.
make it.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
definitely.
Drop the email again. We got
Yeah,
goingdarkairsoft@gmail.com.
Yep, and find us on Instagram at Going Dark Airsoft.
Yes.
As well as we're on every social media at some point. Twitter,
Yes.
YouTube, Facebook. Like they said, Instagram. We're even on Snapchat. Why? No idea, but we're going to be.
Yeah, we'll make
Because
it
you
work.
want to see
We'll
those
get there.
clips.
We do not
Join our
distribute
premium on
nudes.
Snapchat. Oh, and of course,
Please don't send us dick pics.
I should mention we're also going to be on Pornhub. That's also where we're going to be posting
Yes,
these
yes,
podcasts.
yes. We've got to.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to.
The
It's
video
a
will
very
be there.
vital audience to Airsoft.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
yeah, for sure. So I think that about does it.
Yeah, I think
Go
so
ahead and sign
too.
us out, cool.
Yes, so you can find me on Instagram at therealjcc_428. You can hit me up there. You can hit us up on the at Going Dark Airsoft Instagram page. Jaden, would you like to? Do you want to plug yourself, or do you not want to plug yourself?
I don't really care to get my own social media out there. That'll probably come out eventually. But at the end of the day, this is our first podcast. If you made it this far, congratulations.
Hey,
guys.
woo!
Hopefully now I'll have some more structure and a little more freedom to joke around, play a little bit. It is also pretty late local here, so we're working on it.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a better schedule for us to work around this.
We had intended on bringing a lot more than we had today, so we'll
Yeah.
definitely be able to.
Hey, we have extra material for next time we do this.
Yes,
Hey,
we do.
definitely.
For sure. We'll definitely have some good stories. We want to get into some news things. We've been looking into a couple different stories, a couple different new guns.
Yeah, what I really want to talk about is the new Lancer Tactical RPG. That thing's ridiculous.
Oh, man.
That will be definitely cool to see.
It's wacky.
But again, hit up the email with any questions, anything you want us to talk about, anything you want us to cover at Going Dark. Not at. Email doesn't have an at. But
Yeah.
goingdarkairsoft@gmail.com. The Instagram, the same. YouTube, the same.
Facebook,
Facebook.
Twitter, Snapchat.
Yeah, we
whatever.
made sure of this shit.
Yes, it will all be the same at Going Dark Airsoft.
Yep.
Super simple, easy to get to. Hit us up with your events. Hit us up with anything you guys might want to announce. This is a podcast that we're doing out of passion for you guys. So you guys feel free to kind of chime in and run it how you want. We're kind of a government of the people.
Yes, by the people, for the people.
So.
I'm a liberal, so.
Oh, that's okay. What JFK said, it's not what you can do for your country, but what your country can do for you. It's not about what you can do for the podcast, but what for the podcast can do for you.
Yeah, so I think that's good. I think we're going to sign ourselves out.
Ray, you want to say anything before we...
Live long and prosper, fuckers. This is gonna be a long fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And make sure
Call your hits.
to call your hits.
Yes. Fucking hit.
Call your hits!
Hits. Use a fucking dead rag, or else you have no reason to bitch about being overshot.
And if you get shot after, just call your hits, throw your gun up. It's, just call your hits, all right?
Don't be a douchebag.
Yes.